You may have come across recent news about officials of income tax department carrying out income tax raids. But do you know what is an income tax raid? When is it conducted? And what are the rights and duties of a person during and after such raid? Well, we will discuss all of that in this video. Income tax raids are search and seizure operations conducted by the income tax department against a person, business or entity suspected of hoarding illegal funds. The purpose of an income tax raid is to seize and curb illegal wealth or black money. Well, black money or unaccounted money refers to illegal income on which taxes have not been paid. It also includes income hoarded illegally or concealed from tax authorities. When is income tax raid conducted? Raids are carried out based on information of tax evasion or accumulation of black money the tax department gets and collates on a continuous basis from various sources such as banks, Financial Intelligence Unit and Central Information Bureau, which does a 360-degree profiling of taxpayers based on their engagements, income threshold and even on the quantum of tax they pay. In an income tax raid, generally people such as Principal Director General, Director General, Principal Director, Director, Principal Chief Commissioner, Principal Commissioner or Commissioner and their subordinates are involved. The officers are bestowed with the powers of search and seizure, and they can break bank lockers, safes and other systems if required, and can seize all illegal and unaccounted assets and money. They can also create an inventory of valuables seized or found during the raid and place marks of identification, make copies of books, accounts and other relevant documents. However, they cannot seize certain items such as stock in trade of a business, jewelry provided in the wealth tax return, assets or cash which is disclosed before the income tax and wealth tax department, cash which is duly explained, assets declared in books of account, and gold up to 500 gram for each married lady and 250 gram for each unmarried woman and 100 gram per male member. Duties of a person during a raid. A person during an income tax raid should allow unhindered access into the premises and identify or explain the ownership of assets, books of account and documents. During a raid, the person must deny access to any unauthorized person into the premises and identify every individual in the premises and explain their relationship to the person being searched. The person cannot remove any article from its place without notice or knowledge of the authorized officer during the raid. Further, he should answer all queries and interrogations truthfully. No third party can interfere in the raid. The person will be required to affix their official signature on the recorded statement, inventories and panchanama. Rights of a person during tax raid. A person also has some rights during such raid. Let's look at it one by one. The person can have at least 2 respectable and independent residents of the locality as witnesses. The person may call a medical practitioner in case of emergency. Children can go to school after having their bags checked. The person can have the facility of having meals etc. at the normal time. Then he can inspect the seals placed on various receptacles sealed in the course of search and subsequently at the time of opening of the seals. He can have a copy of the panchanama together with all the annexures and also have a copy of any statement that is used against him by the department. The person can have inspection of the seized books of accounts etc. or to take extracts therefrom in the presence of any of the authorized officers or any other person empowered by him. So the person also has some rights after the income tax raid is completed. Now the person from whose custody any books of account or other documents are seized may make copies thereof or take extracts therefrom in the presence of any of the authorized officers or any other person empowered by him. Also, an aggrieved person can file a writ petition before the High Court challenging the raid if he feels that the action of the department was unfair. Well, nobody wants to be entangled in the income tax raid, hence you can follow some of the tips to prevent such raids from happening. Firstly, you should ensure that all taxable or non-taxable income as well as wealth is fully disclosed when filing income tax returns. You should also ensure that complete compliance is followed when issued with a summons by an assessing officer. You should ensure that proper information is collected with regards to the declaration of any income or wealth that is exempt from tax. Also ensure that any evidence in the form of bills, vouchers or other documents are maintained should the need to present them as proof of purchase arises. Ensure that registers are preserved and maintained, stating the contents of bank lockers to provide to income tax authorities if they request it. Ensure that the identity of the officers conducting the raid is checked and confirmed before the commencement of any raid. I hope that this video helped you. Thank you so much for watching.